Well, let's get cracking right on that then. I'm here with Dejan Kajic. He's fighting Samurai MMA this Friday night. Uh,
Yeah.
how cool is that? I got to just say, like, the Battlefield welterweight champion, obviously, super welterweight champion. And, you know, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, even, the organization wouldn't, they didn't like their fighters fighting for other promotions. I talked to Jay about this last week,
Yeah.
actually, and he's like, we got good things with certain promotions. There's obviously other
Yeah.
promotions
Sure.
they don't. So
Yeah.
talk to me about that. Just how good does it feel to be able to fight for someone else and get your name recognized in other promotions other than locally here on the West Coast?
Well, first of all, Montreal's been known as the fight town for a long time. So the fact that I get to fight in Montreal is just one of those, like, there's certain towns you want to fight in. New York, you know what I mean? Montreal for Canada is one of those. MMA scene's been here big for a long time. There's a fight town everywhere you go, so I'm excited for that. And it's awesome, man. It's been a while since I've been on the road. It's been a while since I didn't have the crowd on my side, so I'm excited, man. I'm pumped.
Of course, and you said you're in Montreal right now. You've been training out there, TriStar MMA. You brought the
That's
family
right.
with you.
That's
Uh,
right.
how much has that made a difference being able to be on the road and instead of being the head guy, because you're the coach at Universal, you're the
Yep.
guy who runs the day to day. Even during fight camp, you got to coach, you got to do all this other stuff.
Yep.
You're able to put yourself first right now.
Yeah. No, it's good, man. It's good. Like, martial arts is my life. No matter what I do,
Yeah.
it's part of my life, right? So it's not too much of a stress coaching, because I always say, what's the difference between a good coach and a bad coach? A bad coach runs out of options and becomes a coach. A good coach chooses to be a coach. So I chose to be a coach, so I enjoy what I do. But it's nice, though. It is nice to be a student on the mats, where you're just one of the guys. And you listen, you learn, you adapt, and you add new skills. You get corrected, you get eyes on you. I love that. I love criticism. I love growth, and I love learning new things. So that's all I get in TriStar.
And obviously, TriStar, one of the most well known gyms in Canada, obviously, George St-Pierre coming out of there, Rory McDonald training there. What sort of looks have you gotten at TriStar over the past couple weeks?
Actually, amazing looks, man. I've gotten really, like, this is my third training camp in Montreal for this fight. I this is my sixth training camp. I did three for BFL, and then this is my third one for Samurai. As a result, I've been quite a few times. This is my third time right now in TriStar in the less than like 3 4 months. So I got a really good connection for Asahabi. I got to roll with him. He gets to watch me spar, gives me criticism, helps me out, talks about things. Just I love it. I love it, and not just him. From all the top guys there, I'm getting lots of attention, lots of love and stuff, and I'm really made feel as part of the team.
You said you always a student of the game, even as a coach. So, training with these top dogs at TriStar, what are you able to bring back to the team here in BC in North Vancouver at Universal because you've trained at TriStar then?
Just good bunch of things, man. One of the main things, I'm doing a lot of right things. You know what I mean? Sometimes, well, it's true, man. Sometimes you want to go out, and it's not always about changing things. It's about reassuring you're doing lots of right things. And you watch and you pick up certain things. It's a big gym, lots of talent, and you watch how Faraz runs a nice shift. The atmosphere of the gym. What type of learning environment is it? And there's a lot of other stuff that I watch that happens. I'm even for the Samurai, he's gonna corner me for that fight. So behind the scenes, I want to see how he conducts himself, what role he plays. Is he hands on, like hands on, hands off coach? Like, and those are the things that I'm picking up as a lot more, being a business owner and obviously becoming a coach down the road as well. So
Definitely. Now, this would be your first fight of 2024. Obviously, it's the beginning of the year, but we've had three canceled fights. Obviously, there's probably some things going on behind the scenes as well that weren't announced, that likely other canceled fights as well. I
yeah,
know we've spoken during these cancellations and whatnot. You obviously
yeah,
also had a grappling match against Rodrigo Cezinando.
yeah.
In the midst of all of that craziness, how nice is it to finally have, this samurai fight was expected to happen previously.
Well,
Finally,
well, first, well, I didn't have a fight until 10 minutes ago.
for real?
For real. This is my third opponent right now for this fight. So I don't have my so I have no opponent. So Ramsay pulled out.
Oh my
He got picked
goodness.
up. So he pulled out about a week ago because he got picked up by the Ultimate Fighter. So
Okay.
he's going to the Ultimate Fighter. So he got picked up. So they called me. I'm so sorry. Blah 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 blah. He's out. Okay. And then they're like, so we'll call you back. Give us a couple of days. Give us a day. So they called me back. They found this other guy. He was 10-4. I said yes. I don't care what weight, what class. It doesn't matter. Yes, 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 yes. Give us a day or so. We'll figure it out. And they said we'll call you last night at 10 o'clock at night. I'm looking at my phone every hour. Barely get any sleep. Didn't get the phone call as last night. So this morning they said the guy's out. I'm like, fuck, but give us another couple more hours. So then they found the guy in Mexico with a good record, 17-8, coming off 2 wins. And he's taking a 24-hour flight right now and coming down, and we're gonna scrap it. And then the weight was supposed to be 175. Now the weight is at 170. I didn't get my CT scan yet at all because we didn't know
Oh
if I
my
was fighting
goodness.
or not. So this Wednesday, so 10 minutes ago, I didn't know my opponent, I didn't know my weight class, and I didn't have any medicals done. So this Wednesday, I'm going to get picked up and taken out. So the Wednesday was supposed to be resting. I'm going to get my CT scans. I'm going to get my eyes done. I'm going to get my physical done. So that's the day before the weigh-ins. So
Oh my goodness.
so
Talk about craziness. Like I was thinking that the last year was crazy with these fights being broken up and whatnot.
That's my last 4 days right now. 4 days. That's what I've been dealing. So my fight week, I got the phone call 10 minutes ago. But hey, thank you, Samourai. Just the fact that he pulled it off, it's a miracle. Like
I'm still okay. I need to cross my fingers still. I mean,
yeah.
like we're still 4 days out, right? So
yeah, 4 days out. So literally 10 minutes ago, I just found out. So I just went for a little bit of a little bit of yoga and stuff like that, and I'm laughing because I'm still training, but I don't know what weight. I don't have my medicals, and I don't know who my opponent is.
And you're a professional, so you're gonna make 170.
Oh yeah, like fucking 100%, man. It is what it is. I said I don't care. I don't care. Just get me a fight. Don't care. So yeah, that's where I'm right now.
So you know nothing. Like you knew this. Jonathan Ramsay guy, obviously heavy hitter, heavy puncher, whatnot. You don't know a heck of a lot about this guy from Mexico that they're flying in at all. Then
I haven't even watched that clip yet. I haven't even seen a clip yet. I don't know if he's a grappler. I don't know if he's a striker. I just said yes. I don't care. Just yes.
Wow.
So after I hang up the phone, after I'm done this interview, I'm actually going to look up some videos of him, see what he is. I got to go back again because I chatted with Faraz. I told him the fight is off. I still kept training. And then even today, I'm like, because I'm only here for another week.
Yeah.
I want to train in TriStar as much as I can. But if it's my fight week, I'm not going to go train because I'm resting my body and weight cutting. So I don't even know how to conduct myself. In the morning, I wake up like, what do I do? I'm going to miss another training session. But yeah, it's just been a little bit chaotic, but I don't care. Doesn't matter. Nothing breaks me. Everything motivates me. Who gives a fuck? I'll make it happen.
Well, we know you're crazy. Come on, man. The craziness lives on, not just in your head, outside your head, and inside the cage on Friday night, hopefully. Man.
I'm excited, man. It's been a while.
It has, and I saw in that post that Battlefield put out today. You were talking about, obviously, you've said it to me previously, and you've said it in plenty of interviews. You set up these landmines, guys step on them. They're gonna get cracked. And then you spoke about, obviously, I know many people know you're a black belt under Robert Drysdale as well, and we haven't seen a lot of that. We haven't seen the showcase of the grappling inside your fights because you haven't had to use it. You utilize the striking, your great footwork, you setting up your looks and feeding off of the guys, and you haven't had to use the grappling. But not knowing much against this guy, that might come into play. So how excited are you sort of for the unknown?
Listen, every fight for me is unknown. There's so many opponent changes. So I'm so emotionally disconnected from my opponents right now that it doesn't matter. I know my game plan. I know what I need to execute, and I know how to do it. And I know what I need to do to win the fights. Control the distance, put landmines, whether it's from the ground or or standing up, figure him out, and get the job done. Just get the win.
Well, hearing how much is going on, I'm not going to keep you for much longer because I want you to
Oh,
go
it's
look
all
at that
good.
footage and whatnot. And as you said, baby in the other room being fed and whatnot. So I wanted to ask you about that before I let you go. Then fatherhood. This is the first fight since you've had a child.
Yeah.
How much has that changed? Your mental game and the focus of fighting from a mental standpoint. Like fatherhood changes people completely. I don't know if it changed you at all, but does the focus of fighting change at all?
Honest to God, man, not really. Like I'm not young. I wanted to have kids. You know what I mean? And so it's a blessing, anyways, from every aspect. So to me, it just adds a little bit more density to life because everything means more in a good way possible. Adds a little bit more color. Adds a little bit more meaning on and off the mats. And honest to God, man, what I'm doing, it just shows that I'm on the right path. I have him, and nothing changed, as in like regret wise or everything. So I'm doing all the right stuff in life. I just got to stay on this path, and things in life has been blessing me, man. Every year I get more and more blessed in life, so can't complain.
What do you think this fight does for you then? Obviously, as I said, you're getting outside of Battlefield. What's next for Dejan after
Well, it
Samurai?
has to take it to the next level. It has to. I mean, 7 fight win streak. Like I'm doing all the right stuff, man. My body's young. I do all the recoveries, all the right stuff. I still got a couple of good years in me left, like easily. Like I'm top, like health wise, mentally the best I've ever been, skill wise the scariest I've ever going to execute it. So I know there's a lot of eyes in Montreal, so I'm hoping they do come see me what I can do. I'm going to put on a great show, and then hopefully I get the call wherever, whatever, doesn't matter. If not, all the local guys are stuck with me for a couple more years. So I'm like, I always joke around. Young guys need me to give them a stamp of approval, and I need young guys to stay relevant. So let's fucking use each other. They need my stamp of approval. I legitimize them. I take a young guy, I make him legit, and a young guy makes me relevant. So we need each other.
We'll end on that. He's Dejan Kajic. He's fighting this Friday night, Samurai MMA. I don't know who the hell the opponent is. You guys might find out tomorrow, Friday
Yeah,
night,
and
whenever
and
you find out.
yeah, and as I was chatting with you right now, the owner of Samurai messaged me, so I'm gonna call him back and let's hope everything goes on and we'll figure things out and we go from there.
Good luck, my friend.
Thank you, sir. Always a pleasure, man. Appreciate the phone call.